Hey guys, in this video we'll have a look at the top Ippons from the Paris Grand Slam. Judo definitely doesn't get better than this. This is the top of the top, so I hope you enjoy all the Ippons in this video. Starting out with Grigolashvili, and just look at the combinations that he throws together. Try to go in front of his opponent for the Yagura, and then goes behind, and just a big uranage. As someone who does Osoto myself, this counter, I mean this is a really nice counter. Huge lift on that counter there, Osoto Gaishi. And watch the head movement, making his opponent's lapel hand weaker, dropping his weight as well, and doesn't really get any bigger than that. Pay attention to Blue's right hand here. See his elbow pushing against his opponent, and that just makes the Uchimata Tsukashi come so much easier. Just lands right on top of him. Tushishvili versus Ota now. And Ota gets a nice counter Tani Otoshi. Watch Ota just absorb all of this Koshiguruma and then go straight into the counter. This next one, really opportune, only 16 seconds on the clock. Wazari down, and Aonahas gets the big Ogoshi. Just picked him up and dumped him. Nice little bit of Ashiwaza here, going down in weights. Lee with the counter. You're going to have to watch this in slow motion, but it's really slick. On the return, that is a really nice Ashibarai. Tatalashvili with the Tayotoshi. And I like that elbow really close, pushing through his opponent, waiting for the hand to come over the top. Really technical throw there. Maizaradzi with the Osoto, turning it into a Makikomi. So he had the grip around the shoulder, and then just takes it off when he hooks in the leg. I like that change of grip. Torobaev going over again. This time to a Koshiguruma. But these guys are starting to figure out, yeah, he's a little bit weak to these hip techniques because he's so long, so tall. This is Patrick Peter getting a bronze with a nice Seoi Otoshi. Is it okay to call it that? Starts out like a little bit like an Osotogari, but then dropping down to the Seoi Otoshi. Good follow through. Ota again, and I almost didn't include this one. I didn't think it looked very spectacular, but have a look in slow motion what he does with the arm. So his opponent goes in for the uranage, looks for the back. And Ota, what he does is he takes his hand off and goes for the whizzer. And that locks up that shoulder and just made the technique work really well. Kaya from France now with his Skuinage. We've seen him do this many times before, but you just can't put your hand over the top of his like that, especially crossing over like that. He looks for it all the time. Nice uranage here, counter to the Osotogari. I thought Blue was going to get it for a second, but White very, very strong in the position. DeWitt doing some pretty crazy things. Two hands on one side there with an Osoto. Very interesting. And then a very unique Kochigari there. So here's the Osoto, just awkward grips, but gets his opponent off balance. Putting the pressure on. And then grip around the belt and over the top for the Kochi. Really unique stuff, I like it. This one here, they only scored it a Wazari, but I wanted to keep it in. Actually, there's quite a few Wazaris in this video that are just really amazing, but Lee, if you don't know, he's a right-handed fighter, and this is a really beautifully executed left-handed Seoi Nage, Morote Seoi Nage, and he can do it both sides, which is really, really special. Bit of Ashiwaza here from Kohara, also a Wazari, but I really like the Nidan aspect to it, having two attempts at it. So has an attempt there, doesn't get it, goes for it again, 1, 2, and his opponent goes flying over. Might as well put this one in here as well, another Wazari. I think it should be an Ippon, it's pretty close. Bekuri goes for the Obitori Gaishi, gets countered. I think it's enough to warrant an Ippon there. Nice Seoi Otoshi here. So it's a good combination this. All Soto into the Seoi Otoshi. driving down on that supporting leg. Tatalashvili featuring again in this video. This time a nice Ochigari against Dewit, and just keeps driving with it. Stays really strong. I think it takes a lot of balls to fight in close with DeWitt, but I mean, Tatalashvili, he's from Georgia, definitely used to this sort of stuff. Nice Tayatoshi here from Kang. Gets him moving, gets him walking, and then jumps across. What a combination. Ochigari into a Kataguruma. I don't think I've ever seen this combination before. Aghaev took gold at under 60. Pretty much did this move the whole day. Yoko Otoshi, sometimes it was a Kataguruma, but he's just really good at timing it, dropping his weight at the right time. I'm not too sure what it is, but Nozadzi here just didn't really try to defend it. It's just by the time he noticed it was too late, he's really good at just sneakily dropping in there and initiating the technique. Left-sided, Ogoshi there, and then an Ochigari from Shavdat Tuashvili, just making things up as he goes. This next one's really great in the final against Kargnine, and Shavdat Tuashvili using the sleeve grip really well. I mean, usually you don't want to let go of your sleeve grip. You worked really hard to get it, but in this situation it's just executed so well. Here's the big man, Teddy Raniere, and he was on form all day. And I hope he competes relatively soon, because I would like to see him versus Saito. I think Saito will compete pretty regularly heading into the Olympics. But Teddy, I don't know. I think he's only going to compete when he has to, which could be a bit disappointing. I would like to see them fight it out once or twice before the Olympics. Kind of builds a bit of hype, you know. Who's going to get it? It would be nice if they got one each. 1-1 heading into Paris. That would be pretty exciting. Sode attempt here. Good follow through. Rolling over his opponent. It's always a good way to kind of secure the Ippon. Finishing your techniques like this. This is not Aghaev, this is Fatiev at 90 kgs for Azerbaijan. So for some reason, I'm not quite sure, but the Azerbaijan team, they love this technique. Yoko Otoshi or Kataguruma. Here's Nikiforov. Getting a nice throw on Patrick Peter. Kataguruma. Maybe a little bit of tension between these guys at the end of the contest here. Another Kataguruma from one of the masters herself, Bouchard. She's so good at this technique. Her, Lombardo, those two probably have some of the best Katagurumas in the game. Really, really good at that technique. This one, nice Sode, but watch what he does before the entry. Flicks the wrist. So a lot of people do this. I don't do it. I think it's kind of counterintuitive. You're kind of showing your opponent what you're going to do before you do it. But I should give it a try. You should give it a try. A lot of people do it. They kind of flick or feint the move that they're about to do before they go in. Kind of testing the waters. Seeing if they can move in for a technique or not. Really high level stuff. Maizoradze, good counter here. I like this counter a lot. Tewaza, I guess. Pushing into the hips. This one I thought was going to be a Hansokumake on the elbow. But he did well to control it. Did well to change direction here. Kind of a different way to do Sore Surikomi Goshi. Not quite sure exactly what it is. But it was good, nonetheless. Here's Fatiev again with the Kataguruma, and his opponent just not taking a grip. Really silly mistake. I think in judo, you want to grip first. You want to be the first to grip in most situations. Lee looking for the Ashiwaza, gets it. Great Kosoto here. I guess this is what they call sticky foot Kosoto. Really interesting sequence here. Nice break of the grip, but blue does well to get that tight grip around the belt. And white's over the top. Usually I don't like this. But he turns it into an Uchimata, hopping Uchimata. Kenken. Have a look again. I think a lot of people would have finished this if they were blue, like Grigolashvili. Would have gone in for the big Uranage here. But, I mean, white, he does well. Does well to turn this into an Uchimata. Another one here. Osoto into Seoi Otoshi. Seen several in this video already. And this combination, along with the Sore Suri Osoto combination, those two are really nice combinations with the Osoto. So Sai Suri Komiyashi here, utilizing the edge of the mat well. Blue doesn't want to step out, so his weight's going forward. Cass went out to this Ippon Seoi Nage. Really nice. Watch the flick he does at the start here. This one, testing the waters, and then goes in for the technique. Big Osoto here. You don't see it too often, but I do like an Osoto with that grip around the waist. Just makes it so strong and powerful. Daisy, I thought he could have finished that Nidan Kosoto, but still though, pouring on the pressure, manages to get a nice Makikomi, nice Osoto Makikomi. Aonahas now. Seoi Nage, fake into the Kochi Makikomi. Classic combination. Funakubo with the Kochi. Look at her just walking her opponent onto it, turning in the right direction. Silly mistake by Lee, if you ask me. I mean, you don't want to be trying to do this kind of throw against Albarak. He's too good in that area. And a nice fake into, I guess you call it a Kosoto. But fakes inside, goes out. Nice grip too, around the waist. Really secures it there. Kochi drops down for a Seoi Nage. Real classic combination this. Little bit of a delay before jumping in there, but I think that just confuses his opponent even more. It's good mixing up your timing with things. Sumigaishi here. Throwing that foot across to the opposite leg. Getting the inside hook of the opposite leg. Don't see Sumigaishi that often these days. I quite like Sumigaishi. Maybe these high level guys, I mean, they just see it coming, squish it down. You don't see this at plus 100s very often. A hopping Haraigoshi Makikomi. Very nice entry there. And this guy from Brazil, Buza Carini, I feel like every Top Ippons video I do has him doing a Seoi Nage in it. In every tournament he gets someone once with a really nice Seoi Nage. This one here, they gave it a Wazari, and I really think it should be Ippon. I mean, it lacks a bit of power, but still, Kaya goes straight on his back. Right here, I mean, how is that not an Ippon? Kang. Nice bit of movement before jumping in. Two hands on the lapel. It's a nice Seoi Nage there. Left to right movement. Good entry for the Seoi Nage. Doesn't get it. Stands up, goes for the Kochi. I mean, look at this entry. That entry was really well done. But just doesn't give up. Goes for the next technique. Tatalashvili, a really good Ochigari against Lee. And I think this is Tatalashvili's third Ippon in this video, so a real standout player at the Paris Grand Slam. Now this one, it's not in the Newaza. Good Obitori Gaishi there. Watch the four limbs. Doesn't have the four limbs on the tatami at any point. And so it's still Tachiwaza. Rolls him over there. Grigolashvili now. And this is just a Wazari too. But you can see, I mean, Tatalashvili, really good judoka. But Grigolashvili, special judoka. No one does this. No one does this, come on. Cross grip, left fist right, Ashiguruma. That's pretty intense. Another one from the man himself. And just really good counter, reading the movement, reading people's balance. He's such a sensational judoka. Special man. Let me know in the comments if you want to see a top Ippons video from Grigolashvili. I think there's plenty of footage out there for me to make a video on him. Nice counter to the uranage here. Just going around the corner with the osoto. Watch him turn and stick with it. Nice stuff. So just one more Ippon to go, guys. If you've made it this far, 15 minutes through with me, thanks a lot. I hope you liked and subscribed. It's good to hear from you in the comments as well. I think Tel Aviv Grand Slam is starting pretty soon, and I'm under the pump. Got to make so many videos, but don't have enough time. So anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.